We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, Sloka 49 and 50.
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
Bhagavan Sri Krishna, after guiding Arjuna on performing duties and responsibilities of one's own self in a focused manner without anxieties of results of action, and in a balanced and equanimous of the results of success or failures gained, he now compares the action performed with evenness of mind with yoga of wisdom or yoga buddhi. Bhagavan states that actions performed with agitations and anxieties in the mind about its fruits are inferior to the duties and responsibilities performed with complete understanding of the principles of Karma Yoga.
Sloka 49. दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगाधनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणः फलहेतवा.
Summary Sloka 49. O Dhananjaya, all lower level activity is far inferior and need to be discarded, and surrender yourself fully to Buddhi Yoga. Those perform for results of action are misers and are wretched. As indicated by Sri Krishna Bhagavan, work done with a mind undisturbed by anxieties for the results are far superior to the work done by a disturbed or agitated mind. This is called Yoga of Wisdom or Buddhi Yoga. Let us understand the term Buddhi. Buddhi is otherwise called intellect or defined as wisdom. We have already seen or know about the three elements or instruments all beings have, that is, body, mind, and intellect. What is intellect? Intellect is like banks of river, right and left, with the flowing water. It determines what is to be done or what is not to be done. In an individual, it is buddhi that is called intellect. But in total, knowledge in the entire universe or cosmos is called Hiranyagarbha or the total intellect of Paramatma. One can consider buddhi as Paramatma. When thought flow is single pointed, calm, and serene in its own and is determined, is called intellect. It also determines what is right and what is wrong. It is a decision maker of us, and it provides by the mind. And decision maker is done through the information provided by the mind. It takes all the information and it analyzes it, and it will determine what is correct and what is not correct. Then, what is wisdom? Oxford Dictionary defines wisdom as the capacity of judging rightly in matters relating to life and conduct. Right use of knowledge is also called wisdom. Buddhi Yoga means, I quote, to be established and abiding in the intellect. In the Buddhi Yoga, one performs all actions and duties as well as responsibilities without even losing the sight of one's own life goal, that is, the God realization. Bhagavan further indicates that those who perform actions fulfilling desires or fruits of actions are misers or wretched. He advises Arjuna to perform Karma Yoga with a balanced mind, no desires for reducing impurities in the mind, and always surrender to the wisdom and God principle that is in him. Surrendering to God is surrendering to the individual intellect or wisdom. Swami Chinmayananda defines Buddhi Yoga as being steady in one's own conviction, with the mind is perfectly under the control of the intellect, and to live as a matter of one's inner and outer world. In Buddhi Yoga, one is functioning and acting under the influence of the intellect that controls the mind, which is the seat of tribulations and anxieties generated for the fruits of action. Simply, Buddhi Yoga is evenness of mind with intellect taking control of all the mind activities. This which we have earlier described in the talk. Swami Sarvapriyananda defines Kripana as one who performs actions to fulfill desires. He further defines Buddhi Yoga as Wisdom Yoga. He states that Karma Yoga, performed in a state of balanced mind without desiring fruits of actions, is called, or one is in Wisdom Yoga. He indicates that the wisdom can be considered as Paramatma sitting inside of an individual. Swami Nikhilananda explains that if all five methods which we have seen or described in earlier slokas are followed and practiced in karma, that is, while performing actions, duties, and responsibilities, then it becomes a path of attitude in action, the first step towards realization of God. This is also called Buddhi Yoga. Another definition is provided by Swami Nikhilananda.
Sloka 50. बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Summary Sloka 50. A man engaged in action that is guided by the divine goal of life will get rid of the dualities, that is, pain or pleasure, heat and cold, etc. O Arjuna, strive for skill, that is the art of all work. In Sloka 50, Bhagawan further elaborates the truth about Buddhi Yoga or Samatva Buddhi to Arjuna. Bhagavan says that those endowed with an intellect, that is Buddhi, that has control over the mind, has the true discriminatory ability and always keeping the mind balanced in accepting results of actions and unaffected either by joy or sorrow, he is free from punya and papa in this life. He advises that Arjuna should perform karma effectively using the principles and with full vigor in Buddhi Yoga to recognize and realize the self, the ultimate goal of one's life. Swami Chinmayananda comments that evenness in mind is yoga, that is same as dexterity in action or skill in action. Swami Nikhilananda in his discourse advises us that we need to overcome from papa to punya and transcend from punya to realize the self in this life only. This is possible by performing one's own duties and responsibilities, following karma yoga with a samatva buddhi, as well as buddhi yoga, which liberates us from the samsara. What are our reflections? For the first time, we are learning different meanings of the word yoga. The word yoga comes from yuj, to join or connect. Thus, yoga is defined as to get connected or joined to our true nature. This was mentioned by Swami Nikhilananda when he was comparing Yoga Buddhi and Sankhya Buddhi. Karma Yoga is a type of Yoga Buddhi connects or joins us through knowledge of the self, which leads to the state of enlightenment. Now, our understanding of the definitions are Yoga Buddhi, connecting actions, devotions, knowledge on the self with intellect that has control over the mind. Karma Yoga is one of the techniques of Yoga Buddhi that connects actions and provide a path towards achieving the realization of the self. The other two are Sankhya Yoga through listening, repeating, contemplating, knowledge on the true nature of the self. Bhakti Yoga through the path of devotion one is connected to the self. Review of Sloka 49 and 50. We are all or performing majority of times ordinary actions with a full of desires in our mind. And this can be considered as ordinary actions. And I am afraid, as per the sloka, we are misers. Never in our lifetime we thought of the five buddhis with which we need to perform all our duties and responsibilities. I am sure that we all are thinking about it seriously. The only thing is, can we do it?
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः